Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we're doing this part 2 of the BS report of Larry Bird. We back with the part 2, y'all. We definitely back with this part 2. You know, I gotta finish that out. But yeah, man, definitely appreciate all love and support. Let's keep going up. Let's keep grinding, man. We're gonna keep going, y'all. Definitely appreciate you, my YouTube family, man. Definitely been treating me right, treating me great, man. I really appreciate all of y'all, man. Really do. Like I always say, this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for y'all. Yeah, but let's get into it. You know, I keep it short and sweet. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that like button and let's get it, man. We're right back at part 2.
The other guys are starting to pick it up.
Right.
They'll continue to get better. If they start winning games, they'll be a tough beat because they'll have ball movement. They'll have guys moving without the ball because Ricky will find them. And then Kevin can go inside and out, and he's a willing passer. So it's contagious. There's no question about it. When I got to the Celtics earlier in my career, it took us about a year. Tiny always felt he held on the ball a little bit too long at times, but he's always surveying and see what he did. But we were a pretty good passing team, and that's why we had Chris Ford, guys willing to give up. If you had an 18-foot shot, you give it to somebody who had a 10-foot shot, and that's just the way we played.
And then when Walton showed up, I mean, it was just for you guys. It just seemed like every game was like you were trying to do some weird thing you've never tried on a basketball court.
But he just missed 2 games that year.
Yeah.
I can remember when Bill first came in, he had dinner with Robert and said, "Look, Robert, I'm not here to take your job. I'm just here trying to help you win a championship." So he broke the ice. So Robert, when we went right into practice, it was like we never missed a beat. And we had a good second unit to push us. And you know, we never hardly took a day off. When we practice every day, KC used to do what he did with us in practice. He'd leave, then we scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know, because they wanted to play. Bill and Jerry and them guys wanted to scrimmage because I was playing 43 minutes. Scotty, or 40, 38. Scotty wasn't getting a lot of time, but he knew the competition was there. For him to get better, we had to practice.
Did it make you sad that starting kind of with when Jordan took over the league, it became a league of clear out for this guy, clear out for that guy, and that passing went away for the most part?
Well, if you remember, they used to isolate on one side and 4 guys go on the other side.
With you, yeah.
But I thought that was bad basketball. A lot of teams were using it. But, you know, when Michael came in, it was different because he was a scorer. He had a scoring mentality. And as he got better, they started getting better players around him. But, you know, it never really, to me, has been the same. Hopefully Rubio can bring some of that back because he's a willing passer. He's one of the best passers I've ever seen. I mean, if you watch him, he surveys everything, and he's got that knack to get it to people within a shooting motion. Instead of reaching down, grabbing it off the floor over here, he gets it to him in a shooting motion. So I'd say if they continue to work and do the right things and win some games, they're going to be a tough out.
I love that you're watching them. I figured you might be watching them.
Yeah, I watched, I seen Ricky play when he was 16.
Yeah.
And I thought he was a ball boy in the layup line. And at the end of the game, well, not at the end of the game, about 8-10 minutes ago, they put him in the game. He looked so young. And a scout that was with me, I go, man, can this kid play? They keep talking about how good he is. He goes, if he can bring the ball up the court against this guy that's guarding, the guy was 31. He said, he'll be fine. Not only did he bring it up and make plays, he took it. He said, he'll have problems on the defense. Well, he stole the ball twice from the guy bringing it up. He goes, this kid's going to be good. He said, you don't take the ball from the, I forget who the kid was.
Why don't you think more guys play like that? I mean, I'm sure there's ego standpoint of it's easier to score and you get more money.
Yeah, the AAU, I'm a firm believer it all starts back there.
Yeah.
The colleges are in there. It's about how many did you get, what kind of dunk did you have. If you look at our game, the mid-range games is almost gone. Just like, even Charles and them, they're always talking about dunking, you know. I mean, Charles was a dunker, but he wasn't. He's more of a passer, some power player. But everybody gets caught up in these dunks. I mean, if somebody dunked on you and you go down and hit a 3, who's ahead? I never did get that.
That's so true. Yo, he making some good points, man. Larry Bird is making some good points, y'all. That is crazy though, because that's what it is though now, right? That's what it is. It's all about dunks, but it's like you said, if you make a dunk and then somebody come and shoot a 3, who's ahead? The 3-point, right? Exactly. Like this crazy. That's what I'm saying. This man is smart, genius, man. When it comes to basketball, he's everything, man. I'm telling you, and that's why all these people get up in the court and dunks and all of that, and oh yeah, I'm dunked on you, oh poster, I hit you with a poster. Like, come on, man. I get it, I understand, but it's like, come on, like he just said, you dunk on me and then I come and shoot a 3, who's ahead? Exactly.
Right.
But I think it'll come back, but we're really missing the overall game. We're just seeing great athletes out there running and jumping.
At the same time, it's been the best era, I think, ever for point guards. I mean, you look
Yes.
around the league, and it's like there's 7 or 8 elite guys. You have the young guys like Rubio and John Wall and people like that. And even like somebody like Darren Collison, who, you know, maybe in a season like this is in the middle of that pack,
Right.
but 8 years ago would have been one of the best 7 or 8 guys in the league.
Right. Then you look at LeBron. He can play point.
True.
You know, I mean, he can start an offense and he can get them in the flow. You know, just so many guys. Well, from here on, I hear there's no point guards in this draft.
Yeah.
You know, then next year they might not be. So if you got one, you better keep him.
Right. What do you think about the attention that LeBron's received the last couple of years and the scrutiny and people picking apart
I
his
think
game?
you
and
should
all that
sit
stuff?
back and enjoy him.
Yeah?
Because I think he's one of the greatest to ever play our game. You know, we all make mistakes. You know, I've did a lot of things I sort of regret. Whether he regrets it or not, I don't know. But he made some, you know, a couple of decisions. The decision was a bad decision.
Yeah.
But as far as playing basketball, you've got to enjoy this guy. If you're a basketball fan, you got to sit back and go, wow, how did he do that? Or I always say, boy, I wish I had his speed.
Yeah.
You know? But some of the stuff that kid does out there, he's by far, you know, Kobe was always my favorite since I got out.
I don't like that, by the way.
But LeBron James is by far our best player in this league. I don't think
Interesting.
there's really anyone next to him. I think he's there, then you go down the list.
Which, if you could have picked any current player right now to play with for an entire season, who would you pick? Just from a fun teammate, make the team better, just all those things in play.
Well, probably Kobe, because
Really?
the fact that he's, well, of course he wouldn't have been shooting as much as he does now.
Yeah, you would have had to
but
talk with him.
His desire to win, his dedication in the offseason to get better.
Rest in peace to Kobe, man. Rest in peace to Kobe. Crazy, man. To this day, I still just think like, damn. But rest in peace to Kobe.
And he's just tough. He's just a tough cat. But if you want to have fun like I did with Bill Walton, you play with LeBron.
Really?
It'd been probably more fun to play with LeBron. But if you want to win and win and win, it's Kobe.
When you
Not that LeBron's not a winner. It's just that
Right.
his mindset to go in every practice, every game to get better.
I wrote a
Who y'all picking? In a moment like that, who are y'all picking? Kobe or LeBron? I'm going with Kobe, man. I'm sorry. Kobe, I'm going with Kobe. Who would y'all pick? Like he said, who would y'all pick? Kobe or LeBron? I'm going with Kobe. I'm sorry. I'm going with Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe. I'm going with Kobe.
700-page book about basketball, and it was really hard to figure out how to measure different guys. You know, measure the eras. Like, how do you measure somebody from your era versus LeBron
Right.
James, people like that? Because the game's faster now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you watch says your era was not people didn't play defense on every play like they do now.
You know, it's funny and it's hard. It's very hard to compare, but you know, you never know. Like I never know how good LeBron is. I remember when I came in to the league. You know, I played a small town. I did very well, and everybody always said, "You didn't play against anybody." I went to Indiana State. Same thing. So when I came in the league, there was a lot of doubters.
Yeah.
And you know, with my mentality, I thought, well, I'll go in there and you know, I'll just do my best to get better. So I go out there, and we're at Marshfield, and had the Cowens and Tiny and ML Carr was new on our team. Had Roby. All these guys came down there to see how good I was, and I just sort of filled my way around. And after 3 days, I go, wonder when these guys are going to start playing hard, you know. So. ML, we went out to eat one night, and ML Carr told me, he goes, man, you're going to be really good in this league. And I said, really? And I said, yeah, but you guys ain't playing. He goes, oh, yeah, we're playing. He said, they're talking about it. They think you're going to be pretty good. So we got an exhibition season. Everybody, oh, well, exhibition. And I played pretty well. Well, when the game started, I'm always waiting for these guys to shut me down, deny me the ball. What I found out was all you got to do is shoot a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a position where you can come off a pick a little quicker. It don't have to be 100 mile an hour all the time, but it's got to be a thinking man's game. You got to think. You got to see what you know your plays. You know how they react. You watch the films. You know if they go under a screen or over a screen. You know if you can fade off a pick or you come down and you go straight up, then pop out. So I always tried to put myself in a position where I could succeed with the basketball. So if you watch me, very seldom did I catch the ball at 3-point line. I'd break out and try to get it 16, 17 foot. Because if I was going to run a pick and roll with Robert Parrish, and I knew they was going to step out, he could slip that pick, and all he had to do is take two steps, he's going to dunk it. So you had to think the game out. And it's the same as now. I mean, you don't see a head fake much anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys want to jump over the rim and all that. Get them in there, set them up, and drop it off. So if you got to think a man's game, I don't think it'd be that much tougher than it was back then. But I sure would like to compete against Kobe and LeBron and them guys, because that's what it's all about, playing against the best.
In your decade, the game was changing as the decade was going along. Like, if you look at the guys that you were going against every night initially, Kelly Tripucka, people like that, the kind of the 6'6" small forward,
yeah,
that you always kind of had advantage. And then by the end of that decade, all of a sudden now Rodman's in there,
Yeah.
and now you have these 6'8" athletes that are just, you had to work a little
I
harder.
always say the taller they are, the easier you can come off a pick. Now, they might be able to get up on you to deny you ball, which Rodman did a lot.
Yeah.
Cooper get up into me, my shot's probably going to be down that game. But you had to be strong enough to just be physical with them.
Right.
You play physical basketball. I used to take Cooper in the post a lot, where I run Rodman off of screens. Kelly Tripucka, you run him off double screens, or you come off screen and try to get in the lane because you shoot over him. So it's just according to who's guarding you. It always dictated, it always went, whatever the defense gave me, I tried to take advantage of that.
Are you amazed by how old people can play now? Like Steve Nash, 39, like still running around, scampering around. Kobe's
Why?
16. Kobe's 16 seasons. He's still averaging 30 a game. Like,
I mean, it's wild. I mean, I don't get it. But
I mean, a lot of it's like diet and conditioning, all that stuff.
yeah, it's different, and a lot of core work. We didn't have that. Mine was running on the roads, playing on asphalt in the summer, and that couldn't have been good for you. But
Yeah, that was the old school times, man. When you really out there and like you said, running the road, they don't got all this stuff that they got nowadays. You really had to. I'm not saying they don't really grit and grind now, but back then, man, you had to grind it out on the asphalt. You fall, you hurt. That's it, man. You don't got no. Boy, I'm telling you, these old days was the best times, though. I'm telling you.
basketball's basketball, and if your body holds up, you can probably play longer. I mean, if I didn't have all the back and ankle issues, I could have strung it out a little bit, and we could still have been successful. But when it breaks down, when you have surgery on you, you're never the same. And I always understood that.
Oh, that's not a good sign for Peyton Manning then.
Well, I don't know what he's got wrong with him, but I always say that once they put that knife in you, you're never the same.
All right, last question. Give us a prediction for the Pacers this year. You feeling good?
Well, I said before the year with my owner, because I watch these guys all the time, and it all depends on what they do in the summer, how much better they get. Roy's improved every year. Last year, he sort of plateaued a little bit, but this year he's taken another level. It all depended on Paul George. Darren Collison had to have a better year. We pick up George Hill and David West. We're already better with them too. I told him we win between 34 and 38 games, and hopefully we'll win more, but that's my prediction.
Well, and you have a lot of cap space. You can potentially add one piece.
Right, and we're a franchise where we don't spend 80, 90, 100 million dollars. We got to stay around. We're at 50 million, 51 million now, and that's with Posey on, but he's still part of it.
And
but we got to stay between, I think, around 65 million for a while. Now, we got to develop our own players. We got to draft well. So it's not like some of these teams can go out and get some players and they don't work out. If we get a player that don't work out, he's probably going to play. So that's the difference being a small market and a major market. But it's been fun because when we go in and play Chicago and we beat them, I feel good about that because I know my team's coming. They're getting an air about them where, I like. They're starting to do things like I remember when we used to do that. Like the other night, Danny got a little chippy.
Yeah.
Danny's a tough kid, and he's not a dirty player or anything like that. But if you rattle his feathers, he's going to take up for himself, and I like that. That's what I like in a basketball player. Play hard, you play aggressive, but you don't take any stuff off anybody.
And you must feel like it's wide open this year, right? Like in the strike season.
It is, but you got to look at it in the East. There's some good teams. I mean, Orlando's got a few problems right now. Atlanta's always got a solid team, but you got Chicago and you got Miami. They're good, and for us to beat them, we're going to have to play our best. And You know, and if they have injuries, you know, you never know what's going to happen. But I like my team. I like my players. This is really the first year. I've always liked a lot of my players. You know, sometimes you have little problems with certain ones.
Yeah.
But I actually enjoy going down there in the locker room now. I'm not in there a lot.
Huh.
I don't get real close to my players because, you know, you have to trade them or do
Right.
But I really enjoy them. They're good kids, and they work. These kids work, and they want to get better. So that's been not a pleasant surprise, but a great feeling to me to be a part of this.
So if you do add one person, it would have to be somebody that fit in with what you've built with
Right,
these guys.
you can't bring certain guys and
Can't bring a knucklehead in.
Exactly.
Larry Bird,
But,
good luck. Thanks for your
thank you.
time. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
And that's it for the part 2, man. That was good. Good. Oh, that was a good one, man. We definitely gotta find some more Larry Bird interviews, man. Cause he's just like, you learn from the times he was playing and all of that good stuff, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Yeah, no, I keep it short and sweet. On to the next video. Got some more documentaries coming. We got some more full games definitely gonna start getting in the works. And if y'all got some videos you want to send to me, you can send them to me, man. Always available. Definitely appreciate all love and support. But I'm on to the next video. I'm out of this joint. Peace. Larry Bird. Larry Bird.